So we back with another video. Today we got y'all boys with the mock draft. Now I'm gonna get y'all the playoff bracket. Just stay tuned. We gonna try to get hey shout out to Cam Newton. He made me have to do an NFL spam. It is what it is. So if you haven't seen that, go watch that. That will be dropping. All these I'm trying to do at the same time. Really, the Cam was like a day or two ago. I'm doing the mock draft. Right after I do this, we gonna get straight into the playoff prediction. So if y'all do want more of these NFL videos, I'm gonna try to get y'all some weekly videos, all different type of stuff going on. Make sure to like the video, man. Make sure to subscribe if you're new. Further ado, let's hop into it. Alright, bro, genuinely just trolled my intro, but let's get into it. Alright, now when it comes to doing these playoff brackets, or not playoff brackets, mock drafts, I usually do it a certain way where I keep trying to get the rounds up and up, but we're going to do more so like a recap for each team, and I'm going to use my new little ideology in terms of picking these teams, because I'm going to do it based off me. Now, as we get deeper into the draft and stuff like that, later on into the year as we get closer, especially once the Super Bowl is like signed, sealed, delivered, and we'll have the 100% accurate, you know what I'm saying? We're going to be doing it more accurate to what I think the team's going to do. But for now, today, we're going to do it more so what I would do if I was these teams. Simple as that. Now, what are the things that, in my opinion, are important to every single team in the league? It's going to be a consistency. Now, I'm going to do a whole video on this. So, I'm not going to go too deep in detail on it. But I am going to be doing a video talking about understanding the NFL. And I'm going to be discussing what's important in today's team in terms of team construction, coaching schemes, and margin for error are the biggest factors to determining every single game. So I do think when you have a young quarterback, having a bigger margin for error is very, very important. Think about Caleb with the Bears this year. Think about JD with the Commanders last year. Think about CJ Stroud with the Texans a couple years ago. So I do think that is a very important thing, especially when you have a young guy. Think about Cam Ward. He's just thrown out there to kind of die. Drake Maye last year, thrown out there to die in very, very awful situations. And it's very tough to look good in that. So what we're going to be doing today, a team may need a quarterback, but if you're not really... Now, there will be some teams that, how are you going to be able to get this pick again next year? That's going to be very important. Now, Raiders, it's not really much to talk about here. I'm going to try to do a recap of some of these games on this because I'm not going to do that on the playoff. Raiders... It's not really much to say. Y'all were tanking. Y'all pretty much dropped everybody. Raiders, in my opinion, it really does come down to what you think you need. I came into the year saying I don't think the Raiders are that talented, so I don't understand why they fired their coach. I thought that Antonio Pierce was actually a pretty good coach because he got the most out of those teams. You couldn't really debate that. They got a running back last year, and now they're picking number one. Now, they probably would have been a little bit higher. They was a kind of competitive, bad team, but I honestly interested to see what they go with this. They could fire their coach. They could trade down. It's a lot of things they could do here. If you want to keep Geno, you probably don't pick a quarterback at 1. But is there a guy at 1 you can take that is worthy of being picked at 1 if you don't go quarterback? In my opinion, in this draft, I don't really think this is that good of a draft. So in my opinion, I think trading down to a team that probably needs a quarterback, I think that's the play. So I'm looking at the Jets. The Jets this year have the number 3 pick. Usually we do this trade with the Giants because they usually have the number 1 pick. We're going to do this with the Jets. But the thing is, though, if I'm the Raiders, I'm doing this based off me. If I'm the Raiders, I'm giving up on Geno. So I got to keep that in mind. I do think Brock Bowers, Ashton Genty, and a young quarterback, you could have something similar to what the Falcons have, where you at least have like an idea of what you're building. Where you have Drake London, Kyle Pitts, and Bijan. Now, maybe questionable still on Kyle Pitts. Started getting going a little bit towards the end of the year when Drake London started missing games. They already started finding a lot of stuff. I'm not really too up to date on all that stuff because I was trying to make sure to pay attention and watch these games. But I've seen that a lot of the guys on the Falcons already got fired. I don't know if I agree with the GM getting fired, but the coach, very understandable. So here, honestly, we're going to start the draft. I didn't even have the draft started. I might actually go quarterback, and I think Fernando Mendoza. Now, I went over this multiple times. When it comes to these quarterbacks, I think Dante Moore has the upside. So it does come down to that type of stuff. But the thing is with Dante Moore, it's kind of similar to like the saying. I don't really understand the glaze he was getting. Alabama quarterback was kind of getting a very similar thing. Dante Moore has a very good situation in terms of a quarterback. He got a really good O-line and really good weapons out there. Fernando Mendoza, the weapons that the Indiana got, that's not on the same level of Ohio State. It's not on the same level as Oregon. It's a very good team. Don't get me wrong. So I think Fernando Mendoza, he got the measurables. He's playing very good in these big games. I think Fernando Mendoza is the guy to go here. Especially if you want to talk about pro day one ready. I think Fernando Mendoza is the pick here. I don't even think you trade down if you're the Raiders, honestly. You just take your guy and keep it moving. Next, we got Dante Moore and the Giants. Do I think the Giants go there? In my opinion, no. I think this could be a trade down spot. I still think this could be a trade down spot. The crazy thing is, I don't think the Giants take a quarterback. I don't think the Titans take a quarterback. So, you kind of are in a conundrum at that point. I think the Giants could take Ruben Bain. No, there's no way they do that. You can't take Arvell Reese. You could take Jordan Tyson. You could take some of these other guys. I think you just trade down. We just keep trading down. You trade with the Jets, and just keep it moving, in my opinion. Because if you really think about it, moving down one spot where you can get 2 firsts. Now, I'm not going to lie. Moving down one spot, I'm not giving you 3 firsts. I'm going to just give you both of their firsts for this year. It says they're giving up too much, though. So, I'm going to give you... if I'm the Jets, I'm not going to lie. They saying it's too much, but who cares, bro? I'm going to keep it being like... we just going to throw in some picks for next year. Honestly, because bro, I can't... Are you serious? Get this going. Get all these going. All right, so second next year and the first this year. I don't like that trade if I'm the Giants. Honestly. So then you got to give me... We're not doing a second round, so it's just what it is. And then they saying that's too much. It is what it is. Just make the trade. I'm just trying to get the 2 firsts for this year, for the first this year. And it's that simple. You only moving up one spot. I don't think you should be getting crazy stuff, especially if the Giants, they not finna pick the quarterback. The Jets could just sit pat, but the only reason the Jets are trading up in this, because a quarterback already got picked. If you're the Jets, you don't want the other top quarterback guy, because I don't think outside of the top 2 guys is really much, in my opinion. Ty Simpson, Garrett Nussmeier, no. I like some of the traits of Drew Allar, Cade Klubnik. But I'm still saying no. Taylor Green has solid traits. Trinidad is, I'm not gonna lie, with the small quarterbacks that they looking this year, no, I'm good. Yeah, bro, I'm taking Dante Moore or Fernando if I'm the Jets. And if I can't get either one, I'm just not picking a quarterback this year. I'm taking a quarterback next year, for me personally. It's no point. So if I'm gonna get a quarterback this year, I might as well trade my 2 firsts for this year, keep my picks for next year. It's gonna be a very good draft, and go ahead and just pick Dante Moore. Now, if you're the Giants, you already traded down once. Honestly, you can trade down again, in my opinion. Now, the thing is, I don't think it's as likely for teams to trade up in this area as it is. And watching the college football playoff, this is a post-college football, I guess, during the college football playoff mock draft. I'm going to keep it being. Giants, they got their quarterback. They got their wide receiver. You know what I'm saying? They got their running back. I think they got their 2 tackles for the future. I think they got their edges. I think they got their interior figured out. They need DBs. They need linebackers. You could use another wide receiver. So that could throw Jordan Tyson into play, Carnell Tate into play. You could look at an Arvell Reese. You could. You genuinely could. You could look at Caleb Downs. And they need DBs bad. The thing is, can you justify taking a DB third? I think if it's Caleb Downs, I think you can, personally. So I'm going to take Caleb Downs. That's who I would pick if I was them. They need DBs pretty bad, personally. Just think about Caleb Downs with that front. That would be fantastic. Next, we got the Titans. The Titans at number 4. I think the Titans would just take Ruben Bain, the best edge available at that point. Then you have Arizona. I don't know what Arizona going to do with Kyler. I'm pretty sure they gave up on him at the end of the year, but knowing Arizona, they just bring him back again. They probably try to trade him, or they try to get they probably try to do something like what the Raiders and the Seahawks did last year. Go for it, swing on a quarterback that's going to be available. I don't know who that's going to be. They probably do something like that. I don't know. Maybe even stay with Jacoby Brissett. I don't know. But if I'm them, I think you do go for a wide receiver. Your wide receiver. But Michael Wilson did look pretty good. You still got Marv. You still got McBride. So then maybe not. Arvell Reese would be a pretty good pick. Did they fire their coach? They didn't, right? I actually need to have that open to see if who all got fired, because I like Gannon. So I don't think he should be getting fired, but if he did, there's nothing I can really say or do about that. So I'm gonna be honest, Orville Reese is a solid pick here. You could go wide receiver still. You can have then Jordan Tyson, Marv, and Michael Wilson with Trey McBride. That would be a very good receiving core. Very good day one for whatever quarterback you do pick or have. That's a very tough one, because it's not a good O-line draft, in my opinion, especially from a tackle perspective. It's not a good, after the first two, it's not good quarterbacks. So it's like, whoever quarterback you take here, it's a reach. So it's a reach, bro. It's a genuine reach. There's no way I'm taking Ty Simpson for y'all. That's just a troll. So it's like, this is very tough. This is very tough. I think if you do keep getting it, I think you just go defense. Just solidify that defense as much as possible for a defensive coach, because they need more talent over there. Go Orville Reese. Just get him a weapon, and I think that's probably what you got to do. But I can see, I'm going to be honest, based on how he played in that last game, it didn't look good. So that's kind of scary to me. Against Miami, he didn't look good. He didn't look good at all. That's kind of scary. Like, Ruben Bain was by far the best. Well, Caleb Downs and Ruben Bain were the best two defenders on the field. And all three of those guys supposed to be, you know what I'm saying. Orville Reese didn't seem like he was on their level, in my opinion, watching that game. You could go Francis Muaga. He had a really good game in that game too, and he hadn't really had the best season for a person that was coming into the draft or the draft process as the number one guy. You could go him. This is a tougher one because Michael Wilson had such a good end of the year, but is Michael Wilson good enough to just say don't go Jordan Tyson? In my opinion, no. So I'm gonna go Jordan Tyson. I think Jordan Tyson's the best player available. Then you got Cleveland. Cleveland, you need a wide receiver. I think you also need a quarterback, but with both of the quarterbacks being gone at this point, and you kind of won this game, this kind of did you no favors winning this game today. You probably should have been in that situation where you probably should be trading up to get a guy in the first round. Probably should have this could have been another situation where you could have traded with the Giants instead of the Jets. You know what I'm saying? But I think the Jets just had a better offer, in my opinion, so I went with the Jets. So, you could go Orville Reese, but I think you just go wide receiver. If it was Downs, it would have made more sense, but what you already have in Shea Swinger is like, I don't think you really need three linebackers. I already like your two linebackers you got. Then we got the Commanders. Commanders need a pass rusher. They already got pretty solid linebackers, but the thing with Reese, he's supposed to be a guy that can play kind of both. He can kind of be like a blend of both. He's going to be kind of like the Jalon Walker. If he does go there, that's going to be kind of what the idea is with him. I'm not going to lie. Jeremiah Love makes some sense to me too. Now, this is a team that honestly, they hoping that these two fall to them, because they need wide receiver too. They need wide receiver kind of bad. I won't lie. But I think this is an edge situation. Go with a guy that can kind of play two positions. Orville Reese kind of falls to you. Then you just go there. Then if you're the Saints, are we moving on from Kamara? You got to think about the running backs in that division. You got Bucky Irvin with the Bucks. Bijan with the what's the name. Now, the Panthers, I ain't going to lie, they don't really have the greatest. Rico Dowdle at one point was looking like he was nice. Chuba Hubbard coming into the season was looking like he was nice, but they got an interesting running back situation over there. Kamara's getting old. I don't know. Could you go D-line? Go with Peter Woods? Go with an edge? You definitely need edge. In my opinion. How do I see the need thingy? It don't matter. I probably go Peter Woods. Honestly. Is that a reach at 8 though? She like Peter Woods. You could go DB too. Mansour, Delane, LSU boy staying in Louisiana. That might be the pick, honestly. That actually might be the pick. At 8 feels like a reach, but in this draft, bro, I can't even lie, bro. Woods and Lane is not a reach in this. Oh, Makai Lemon. That might actually be the pick. That probably should have been the pick for the Browns. Mekhi Lemon probably should have been a pick for the Browns. I'm going to actually go Mekhi Lemon. Yeah, I actually like that pick for them, especially with Suge. Olave on the outside. You got, yeah, I actually like that pick. He could debatably be the best wide receiver in this draft. Not even going to lie. And then right here, this is just Jeremiah Love, in my opinion. Simple as that. Keep it a beam, man. Bengals, you got to take the best defender available. Peter Woods, just take him. Just take the best defender available. Dolphins, you need DBs. Mansour Delane, need that bad. Rams, especially when you got to play Drake May, Josh Allen twice a year, you need DBs bad. Rams, you kind of need DB too. I probably stay on that side, but you could go tackle. I think your O-line is kind of straight though, honestly. But you could go with a right tackle. Francis Muaga, how you say bro name? I actually kind of like that pick for them. A project guy. I don't know if I can trust the Rams all the way to make him work. If it was the Eagles, I would have definitely do it. So I'm gonna go with Jamar McCoy. Keep it moving. We got the Cowboys. Y'all need just go with the best. I'm actually go with David Bailey. I think David Bailey is the pick there. Then we have the Panthers. I don't think they need O-line. This could be a quarterback situation, but I don't like the quarterbacks that's available. Like, that point, just keep Bryce. And they made the playoffs this year. Like, yeah, just keep Bryce for another year. Wait for us a better draft to get you a quarterback. Don't waste your pick. At that point, y'all have a pretty bad linebacker core. We're just going to go with Sony Styles. I think that's a really good pick for you. Next, you got the Lions. Lions need another edge, in my opinion, on the other side of Hutchinson. I'm going to go with Keldrick Falk. Ravens. They need O-line. I'm going to actually go with Fanu. I'm going to go Fano, in my opinion, for them. They need O-line. Then you have the Vikings. Nah. Sadiq could have been a good pick for the Panthers, honestly. They kind of need just another weapon in general. Honestly, I'm going to say for the Vikings, it's kind of tough. They just need more talent defensively, in my opinion. Like, Brian Flores gets the most out of them, but they don't have that much talent. And when you keep losing guys because he's making some of these guys look better than what they are, it's kind of a tough situation. I'm looking at Terrell, brother. Yeah, their O-line had a really weird year, but they also had a very injured year, which is weird, which makes it tough. So I'm thinking Francis may be a good pick, but is it? I don't know. I'm gonna go Terrell for them. I think they need help at that position. And then here I'm gonna go Sadiq for the Giants. Go because Dart really likes targeting tight ends, so I'm gonna go with a tight end for them. It's gonna be kind of tough to kind of pick for the Giants with some of these teams that don't really have their head coach set in stone. And I'm gonna be honest, I don't know who these teams gonna be hiring as their coaches. Like, Brian Flores, in my opinion, is the top guy. I don't really see how there's anybody. If he don't get a job this year, he's just never getting another job because of the Tua stuff. And I guess I get it, but not really. Francis Morga, you could put him on the other side. Hopefully I'm gonna just say Francis. I'm gonna keep it a bean. Tackle for Miami. That's what we're gonna call him. I didn't really like his take to start the year, but he kind of got better towards the end. I won't lie. He might be the pick here, especially with Wirfs moving to the other side. He might be the pick here, in my opinion. But I'm not gonna go tackle. I feel like the O-line is solid, in my opinion. So then I think you probably need edge. Yeah, edge. You definitely don't need another wide receiver. They got plethora, and that's the pick. Now we got the Steelers. Bro, it's all O-linemen up here. It gotta be somebody that's just getting slept on. Steelers don't need no defense. They don't need no defense. I'm gonna keep it a bean. For the Steelers, let's look at the running back. Okay, they need a wide receiver. Don't really like Denzel Boston personally. He's not my cup of tea. Kind of want Casey Concepcion to fall to the Patriots, but I'm gonna go Casey. They need a weapon, and he's a weapon, in my opinion. He's a weapon. Next, we got the Cowboys with another pick, actually. Shout out to the Cowboys, and I think you just take... Who did they take the first time? What did I take for them? David Bailey? Okay, well, you don't really need another edge at that point. Go linebacker, C.J. Allen. It's a very, very good linebacker draft. So you can't really go wrong with any of these guys in the first round, in my opinion. With this week, this is a very weak draft, in my opinion. Honestly, Chargers. I want to say go O-line, but you gotta think about it. Their starting left tackle was injured all year, so they had to move Alt there, and then Alt got injured twice, and he's out. So their O-line is not as bad as it actually seems. But could you go with an interior guy for Herbert? Just to solidify it even, like, just to make it that much stronger, you know? That could be in play. I like your edge, that young edge they got. I don't think they need that. I actually like their team defensively. Maybe you could get like a corner, Colton Hood. Maybe you could get a corner. Honestly, though, I think I'm gonna go interior O-line. Yeah, just solidify that even stronger, because they had a really rough year this year, O-line wise. And then you have they don't need an O-lineman either. This is a team that just don't need an O-lineman. Like, the Bills don't need a tackle, so Francis is just gonna keep falling. I think they need a wide receiver, but do they want Denzel Boston's archetype? I think for the way that the Bills play, Chris Bell will be fantastic. It's just he got injured at the end of the year, so that does make it a little tough. But I'm going to go Chris Bell. I think for the way they play, and again, I'm talking about this all the time with the Bills. I don't know who this offense is built for. I genuinely don't, but yeah. Next, we got the Rams. The Rams. Francis may be too good of a value to pass up at this point for the Rams, in my opinion. Let me look at it, though. You could take Denzel Boston, to be honest, because Tay is getting up there, you know. This could be a trade spot, though. Let me see. Because I don't think the Philly pick take them. So I may just do a Rams Texans trade. Houston. Where Houston at? Where Rams, you're getting this and a third. So you move down 3 spots. It says too much. Okay, and a 4th. Okay, I guess just to make it work. And then the Texans need this pick bad. They cannot. He keeps falling. They cannot let him go there. So they take him. Philly. I guess you get an edge. Cassius Howell. In my opinion, ooh, man, I don't know. I feel like they need another corner. Outside the 2 main guys, they could use another corner. Makuba and Blankenship. Yeah, probably go Colton Hood for them, personally. You could go with an interior guy with Kate McDonald, because they do like playing with 3 interior guys sometimes. Because I'm thinking of Nolan Smith, and they traded for Bro from Miami, but then you could have the depth if you go with Cassius Howell. Because that's kind of what they had last year. They kind of had depth at edge and interior. I like Cassius Howell a lot. He is falling. I think I'm gonna just go with Colton Hood. Just get another corner for them. Then here we got the Rams. They still pick here. I'm not really too high on any of these picks for the Rams personally. The thing with the Rams though, Ty Simpson he was supposed to be very high, and Matthew Stafford is getting up there in age. He could be a guy that can just go in there and learn behind him. But if you doing something like that, I think Drew Allard make way more sense. Just getting a guy with the traits. He got the traits. He's just bad. If you feel like if anybody could fix him, I believe in McVay. McVay, especially with those weapons, I believe in McVay. But I didn't take Denzel Boston earlier. And it was either Denzel Boston or what's the name? I'm going to go with Denzel Boston, personally. Next, we got, I think this is just Cassius Howell. Get them an edge. I think that's just Cassius Howell. They need some type of edge, especially if Bro going to be out for this long. Then you have the Browns picking again later on in the draft. Kind of wish you could have got that wide receiver. Who did I pick for y'all earlier? Carnell Tate. I'm going to be honest. This could be a double up situation, in my opinion. Probably just go with the best O-lineman available. I'm going to go Lumbu, personally. I'm not even going to lie to you. I'm going to go Lumbu. Go with the best O-lineman available. Then you got the Bears. You probably take the best D-lineman available. I'm going to go Katie McDonald. Is there any Mateo? Man, it's not crazy. It's not crazy, bro. It's not crazy. It's not really crazy stuff available. Probably just go with Caden McDonald though. Get them some help interior. They need edge too. They need both. Honestly, you could have just said bro out of Oregon too. You could go with either one. Then this one, it comes down to LT Overton or Mateo for me if I'm the Patriots. Depending on I'm not gonna lie, Doug Marrone has done a very good job with even the backups. It was at one point at the end of the year where they were playing with a third string tackle and he was actually doing a solid job. Caden Procton coming into the year he was supposed to go very high, and he just failed. And people at this point don't even have him as like a top interior guy. So Doug Marrone, you be able to get somebody like this, give him to Doug Marrone. He's been very good with our O-line this year. Caden Proctor could be a very good pick for them. He could be a very good pick for the Patriots, man, because think about it. Will Campbell, you got Wilson. You know what I'm saying? Proctor could go over there and just learn from Morgan Moses and be that right tackle or right guard. I don't know. Maybe he goes out there and be left guard and Wilson can move to the center to his rightful position. He didn't have the greatest season at left guard. I don't know. That could really work. I think that could honestly work for the Patriots. But the Patriots also do need, I feel like their O-line is okay enough to go and get a bigger need in edge. They need edge so badly. Like, they need it bad. Defend my pick. Defend my pick against who? Myself? Like, what are we talking about? We played 3-4. I'm gonna go Mateo. LT is more so like a 4-3 edge in my opinion. I'm gonna go with Mateo. Then we have the Broncos. Broncos, this is what I'm saying, bro. Broncos, literally, bro. The March Verde, they get a quarterback. The only thing you can really say is they don't really have a real. I mean, Sutton is a number 1 wide receiver. He's by far their best wide receiver, and then they got a lot of really good wide receiver 3s. I would say Sutton is more like a wide receiver 2, and they got a lot of really good wide receiver 3s. So you can't say they don't have a good receiver room. They have a good receiver room. It's just like not a real wide receiver 1 over there. Then they got a solid running back room now. Their O-line is ridiculous. Their defense at every level is ridiculous. I'm going to actually take for them a linebacker. I think Anthony Hill is a fantastic pick, in my opinion, for them. And then here we got the Seahawks. As they got injured down the stretch, the O-line started to struggle a little bit more. They don't need interior. I don't think LT would fit. I don't think he would fit the McDonald scheme. But LT could be like an interior. He could be a guy that can move around. He could be a guy that can play. He could play the 3 tech. He could play on the outside. He could be moving around, bro. I think LT would actually be a pretty interesting pick for them. I low-key should have took him for the Patriots because he could move around. Like, he's actually pretty versatile. That's actually I probably should have took him. No, I actually probably should have took him. I'm looking at these old linemen though. Proctor probably doesn't go first round, so I'll probably just take LT. And that's the first round, man. I didn't do as much recap as I thought I was in this video, so I guess we can do it now. Hey, I mentioned it in that Cam Newton video. I'm not gonna lie. Lamar is no longer my favorite player, and it's not even his fault. It's the fans, bro. When it comes to a lot of these teams, bro, the fan bases be trolling it, bro. They be trolling it like, why is his fan base so toxic, bro? Like, bro, it's bad in the playoffs every year. I be having to defend this shit every year, but like, it's hard to defend when you see the sheer delusion that the fans be on. So I can't do it. Like, I'm still a big Lamar fan. Been a fan of bro since like he was a. When was the first year he was starting for real? And he was putting up crazy touchdowns on like Clemson and Florida State. Whatever year that was when he was at Louisville, I've been a big fan of Lamar, so yeah, I can't really defend it no more, bro, because like, bro, there's no reason for, like, when I watch the Ravens these last couple years, it genuinely feel like they play more for Lamar to get stats than to win the game sometime, like, and I realized it's not a Lamar thing, it's just, for whatever reason, they got like some type of beef with Derrick Henry. I mentioned this a couple weeks ago. When they was playing the Patriots, in that fourth quarter, they had full control of the game. They were up like 11. The Patriots go down the field and score a touchdown, get 2-point conversions, 3-point game. Surely, you're going to come out and run the ball and use Derrick Henry. He was killing us in the third quarter. They come out running the ball, and they take Derrick Henry out the game. Today, Derrick Henry in the first quarter had 10 carries for 80 yards, 8 yards a rush. Second quarter, 5 carries for 33 yards, 7 yards a rush. Third quarter, he gets 3 carries. Fourth quarter, he gets 2. Every quarter, they gave him less and less carries. I genuinely don't understand. I don't understand the logic behind any of it. And for the people that's going to say Lamar was good in this game, he was not. He was not. There's no way around it. There's no way to sugarcoat it. The touchdown that they got, literally the whole defense thought it was a free play. You can see multiple guys just quitting on the play. Now, is that on the defense? Yes. But he pretty much got a free touchdown there. The other one was that was a good play. That was actually a good play. I don't know what was going on with Zay Flowers. Like, they just could not guard Zay Flowers for whatever reason. The Tez Walker play, free wide open. Like, all 3 touchdowns was just guys just literally wide open almost instantly as soon as they hit the middle of the field. I don't know, bro. The Steelers are paying all that money. I don't know what's going on over there. But A-Rod, vintage A-Rod in that fourth quarter, vintage. Really was feeling bad if he would have lost that game that way, because that defense was really letting him down. Because they spent all their money on defense. All their money is spent on defense. But honestly, it's not even that Lamar played bad. I think I'm going a little far on that. For the first 3 quarters of this game, he did nothing. And for them to abandon Derrick Henry the way, and he was the one that got him there. They were up 10-3. He throws a pick. Like, what are we doing, bro? It's like we overthinking stuff for no reason. There's actually no explanation for it. No explanation. It just genuinely don't make sense to me. Like, it doesn't really make sense to me. Like, it just don't. Now, then you got the Patriots, Dolphins. Honestly, as a Patriots fan watching that game, I was more so concerned with getting the game over early. Getting the starters out so nobody gets injured. Y'all can say whatever y'all want about the stat pass stuff. Drake Maye was on the inside the 5 multiple times. What the Patriots doing? They spam and run. This is not how. If we wanted to go for all these passing touchdowns inside the 5 and just get our stats to make sure that we got the MVP, cool. That's not what the Patriots did all year. They would run the ball majority of the times. The only time they really would even try to pass in them areas is if they had really no choice. And there would be some games where we had 8 tries at it and we didn't get a touchdown. So, you can say whatever you want. I don't know. But I'm just glad they got the game over. They kind of did troll the first half. First half, the defense was scaring me. But I give McDonald, however you say bro name. Bro, there's so many Mac D, whatever the hell name is, that I be getting confused with the McDaniels for the Patriots, with whoever bro name is for the... That's why I be calling bro Baby Belichick with the Seattle, because I'm not doing this. I'm not doing this with y'all. Then we have the Bills. That's nothing to talk about. The Bears, Lions. Now, let my team be playing for seeding. My team play the whole game and we lose. Now, it ended up not mattering. But what the hell did we just play that game for at that point? You know what I'm saying? Like, genuinely, we just risked injury. You're not going to have a bye week, so you might as well treat week 18 as a bye week. What are we doing, bro? Like, are we just trying to prove that we can beat the Lions? Is that because this is your old team? Like, don't really understand the logic there. Broncos, bro. I want y'all to realize what they were playing against in this game. They were playing against the backups of the Chargers, and they literally struggled to win this game. Very concerning for their offense. Defensively, did a very good job. Offensively, very concerning. Very concerning. Like, there was nothing good about this game for the Broncos, passing or running. It honestly kind of scares me as a Patriots fan, because what the hell was going on? Like, we got to play the Chargers now. We're going to talk about that when we get there. Chiefs and the Raiders, not talking about it. Now, the Rams, Arizona. Now, I'm going to keep it a bean. I seen people saying that Drake Maye stat padded last week with 5 touchdowns. Mind you, he had 20 pass attempts in the game. 20 total pass attempts. Matthew Stafford against the Cardinals in week 18 has 40 pass attempts. And this was actually, like, I can't even say it was a stat pad all the way, because they literally were losing. I don't know what's going on with the Rams. In my opinion, the Rams got the best team. But is Tay this important to their offense where it just makes their offense that inconsistent? I don't get it. But I don't really like why are we throwing it 40 times. I don't get it. I'm not even finna do it. Hey, like I said, Stafford gonna get MVP. He better have the stats. He got the stats now, so he probably getting MVP. I'm not getting into all that. Like I said, when it comes to the MVP, whoever usually wins the MVP usually don't win the Super Bowl. So I ain't gonna lie, as a Patriots fan, it looked like we may not get either. Shit. Then we got Commanders, Eagles, backups. Now, the other big game of the day was actually the Saints and the Falcons. Because yesterday we had the most mid game ever between the Panthers and the Buccaneers. The epitome of a mid-off. I'm not gonna lie, bro. Whoever got the 2 seed in the NFC, or not the 2 seed, whoever had the top wild card spot in the NFC pretty much got a bye week, man. Like, it's not really much else to say. Like, the Rams actually lost to the Panthers, so maybe not. You know, maybe that's not a bye. I don't know what the hell going on with the Rams. I'm gonna just keep it moving, bro. But the Falcons did end up winning this game. Drake London scores a touchdown early in this game and is literally pissed. Like, he could not believe it. He was so mad. Now, I'm not gonna lie. I don't know what was going on with the Saints defense these past couple weeks, but they look kind of crazy. Then we got the Browns and the Bengals. He breaks the record. I'm gonna keep it a bean though. Not even hating. We gotta have a new rule book, bro. If we gonna keep adding games, we gotta have a new rule book, bro. The sack that he got, bro. He beats his man. He's gonna get the sack regardless of Joe Burrow giving up. But come on, bro. We gotta be for real here, bro. Like, niggas is playing 17 games. It was like people breaking the record with 16. Now, funny thing about Myles Garrett, he's having an all-time season. I was having a conversation with my homie the other day trying to troll him with Khalil Mack. I'm telling him, bro, Khalil Mack went to your team and you trolled his convos, bro. He was in them Von Miller, Aaron Donald, J.J. Watt convos before he went there as the best defensive player on earth. I'm not gonna lie. I went and looked at this man's stats. He won a defensive player of the year, bro. But he was not in them convos. I'm gonna keep it being. He was not in them. I don't know. Those was undeserved convos. He was nasty. Don't get me wrong. Khalil Mack was nasty. He was not in them J.J. Watt convos. I remember J.J. Watt peak season. I ain't know bro had 3 defensive player of the years in 4 years. And it was like he had voter fatigue in the 1 year he didn't get it. And in one of them years he almost got MVP at the same time. J.J. Watt was different. I ain't gonna lie, J.J. Watt was different. He was not in them combos. I ain't even gonna mention Aaron Donald, what he was on. So, yeah. And then Von Miller damn near won his team a Super Bowl. Like Aaron Donald had a great run to the Super Bowl, but it was really kind of him hand in hand with Cooper Kupp that year. Cooper Kupp was crazy all the way to the Super Bowl that year. But Von Miller was like 3 sacks a game in the playoffs. That was crazy what he was on that year. So, hey, my bad. Undeserved convos. But, yeah, I just had to mention that real quick. But the Bengals played their whole team, and I don't know what's going on. And Shador did nothing in this game, and they still won. Hey, Browns, let me know. How y'all feeling about Shador? How y'all feeling? Like, are y'all keeping y'all coach? Browns, are y'all happy about winning this game? Like, actually, like, I mentioned that earlier. The Packers go on and lose this game. I don't know what the Vikings win in that game. I don't know what the Vikings or Lions are winning these games for. I don't. But, hey, the Giants beat the Cowboys. What can I say? Like, hey, bro, that's PTSD. The Titans, hey, I don't want to hear anybody even contemplate who had the worst situation in football this year. It's easily Cam Ward. It's not even close. Cam Ward, bro, he goes down the field against the Jaguars, one of the hottest teams in the league. They're playing their starters so they can solidify their seeding. They go out there, they go drive down the field to get a touchdown. 3 for 3, 52 yards, runs it in for a touchdown. Bro, he comes out the game, they do nothing the rest of the game. Yeah, there's no question, no arguing it. Worst situation in football this year, the Titans. Interesting to see what they do with their coach situation and all the stuff around Cam Ward, personally. Then you got the Texans coach. This actually was a close game. I really was confused what was going on. Was there starters out there or were they not? I really didn't fully understand what was going on, but I'm pretty sure their backups was in the later half of the game, but they still managed to get the win. So they play the Steelers, they play the Steelers. We're going to get into this playoff bracket. Wanted to do a little mini recap at the end of the video. That's the mock draft. We went over the first round. We're going to be giving y'all more mock drafts weekly. I'm going to try to get my due on more of these. We're going to try to get these up, like I said. I'm going to try to get my knowledge up so I can understand all 7. We got all the way to 6 last year. And we got 7 done, but we ain't know a lot of them guys in 7. It was people in 7 I knew, but the majority of I didn't. So hopefully we can get our knowledge up enough to really know the gems and all the ins and outs of the draft this year. I don't think it's going to really be worth it, though, because it's not that good of a draft now in the NBA. Stay tuned. If y'all do want more, make sure to like. NBA content gonna have to get calmed down, because I'm gonna try to get y'all. I'm not gonna do it weekly, but post like the national championship of college football, I'm gonna definitely get y'all one after that, and then we probably gonna keep it playoff content until the end of the Super Bowl, and then we're gonna get right back into the mock draft season. So if y'all do want more videos like this, like the video, subscribe, all that good stuff out the way. Further ado, man, it's your boy Fitz. I'm out of here.
Tell them to bring me my money. Yeah!